Good morning, I'm Kirk Carraway and we're here at Common Coffee for Our Town. This morning we're going to be talking to Deonne Contine. She's running for school board. But right now we're going to take a short break for a word from our sponsor.
What's the role of a healthcare system? Is it to make you better when you're sick? To mend you when you're injured? Are you ready to live healthier? Start today at herestoyourhealth.net, a free service of Carson Tahoe Regional Healthcare.
And we're back, and hello, Deonne.
Hello.
And you're running for school board.
Right.
Okay. It's District 6, right?
It's District 6, but the whole town votes for this, everybody on the school board.
Yeah, I think that's maybe one of the biggest kind of misinformation things out there for both the school board and the Board of Supervisors, that people don't realize that just because it's whatever district, everybody votes on all of them. So
right, and I've ran into that a lot. Run into that with just walking door to door and people saying, "Do I live in your district?" So yeah. Everybody votes for everybody.
Okay, all right. And so tell us a little about who you are and.
Well, again, my name is Deonne Contine, and I'm running for school board. I'm a native Nevadan. I was born and raised in Las Vegas. I spent some time in California and moved back to Nevada in 2000 and moved to Carson City several years ago. I'm an attorney, and I'm the wife of a teacher, and I have a child who's in the Carson City School District. He's a kindergartner at Border with Bray. And I think I just want to tell you a little bit about my background, because it kind of informs why I've decided to run for school board and why I think education and having this position would be so important. I struggled as a child in school. I wasn't, my father went to the 8th grade, my mother was a secretary, and there wasn't a lot of expectation that I would go to college or excel academically. And so when I first graduated from high school, I started working. And after I worked for about 7 or 8 years, I kind of came to a realization that I just kind of wanted to experience more, and I thought the only way I could do that was through education. So I quit my job, and I essentially worked nights and took some time off in between going to school and put myself through college. And so in 1999, I graduated from UC Berkeley. And I think my own struggles with education and my ultimate successes kind of really inform my values for education. And now I have a child who is a kindergartner in this district, and so now I'm facing the other challenges of raising a child who's attempting to, who's going through the system and getting a good education, and really focusing on what he gets and what all the kids in our district are receiving in terms of their education every day. So that's kind of where I come from, and why I want to be on the school board is my own background, my own realization that education is important, and now my own focus on my own child and having him go through the district. It's just kind of melded together.
Okay. And then where do you work? You work for the Attorney General's office?
I work at the Attorney General's office. I'm a deputy, and I've been there for coming up close to 3 years.
Yep. So now, in terms of the big issues on the school board, what's the number one issue out there?
Well, an issue that many people are talking about, obviously, is the budget. And I think that this district, because it has a significant amount of money in reserves, has done a pretty good job. They have $14 million in the bank, and I think what we really need to do now is start planning as we go forward, knowing that there's going to be less, knowing that we're not going to get the amount of money that we've been getting, and that we could possibly face less students in the future as well. Okay.
We're going to take a short break and come right back, and we'll be back after a word from our sponsor.
At Deonne Contine's Capital Ford Mazda Hyundai, we're overstocked. And now our select pre-owned vehicles are priced right and ready for a new home. Our factory-certified vehicles are a great buy and feature exceptional warranties. Plus, all our pre-owned vehicles are quality assured by AutoCheck, so you get peace of mind with your purchase. You deserve the best, and that's what we offer at award-winning Deonne Contine's Capital Ford Mazda Hyundai, just 29 miles south of Reno.
And we're back. We're talking with Deonne Contine about the school board, running for school board. The budget. Obviously, the budget has been an interesting part of it. Like you said, the school board has done a fairly good job of keeping, of having reserve. I mean, I've heard it saying that maybe the best, or the government entity in the best shape these days in the bad economic times. So, but what's besides the budget, what do you think can be done to improve the education?
Well, I think one of the issues that I've focused more on and that I've just learned and developed even in my own short experience with the district and my observations since I've been here is that I'm a parent and I have a voice, and I want all parents to feel like they have a voice in the system. And I think parental involvement, all the research shows that parental involvement has a significant effect on how successful schools are, how successful students are. And I think we have two issues here with parental involvement. Number one is if you are active, if you do want to participate, what can we do to encourage that even more and listen to parents and understand that they have something valuable to tell us about their students, about their children and our students. And the second part is developing ways to get parents who would maybe not be engaged, would not participate as much. And my own experience leads to that in that my mother was, she was active and she tried to participate, but she was, she worked a couple of jobs, she had other stresses in her life, and I think that the system was hard for her to navigate. So what are we doing for parents to make them feel like they can participate, be a part of it, have a voice in their child's education? And there's lots of programs now out there that are talking about having groups of people go to a school and look at how friendly is the school, how inviting is the school, how easy would it be? In school district, just like in state government where I work, we talk in acronyms. Do people understand that? How can we help people understand the language, understand the process? So I think related to the budget is, in some ways, is parental involvement, because as we go forward, we're going to have to tap into resources that we maybe wouldn't have tapped into before. And one of them can be parents, because they're a huge resource for our district when we don't have other resources like money.
Yeah, I mean, getting parents involved, in my experience with schools is tough. It is a real key. You have the schools are responsible for the kids during a certain part of time, but they go home and that's the other part of,
Yeah, and some of the research on that has talked about developing curriculum that includes the parent. So whether it be they have to interview a parent as part of their project, programs in math that allows parents to come to the schools and get their own, how do you help a kid with math if you don't know math? Again, the other process where you just kind of look at a school where they have teams of people that look at a school and say, what can we do to get this engagement? What more can we be doing to get parents involved? And I think that's going to make us more successful, and it's also going to help us as we face budget shortfalls. And another voice, as we face these budget shortfalls and we look at cuts for Carson City, I think we have to involve our community in that. And that needs to be a process that we start looking at now. Okay.
Well, thank you for coming on and talking with us, and thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you next time on Our Town at Common Coffee.
At Carson Tahoe, each of our 1,100 professionals brings something special to this region.
My compassion.
My experience.
My skill.
My knowledge.
My commitment.
My expertise.
My dedication.
But we all share one common goal.
Your health.
Carson Tahoe Regional Healthcare. Here's to your health.